Internet, Bill Watterson here. Today we're going to talk about the music video we did for the Cleveland rock and roll band Falling Stars, featuring this guy. I came across this guy at an estate sale out here in LA. He was super tangled up, really messy. I wasn't quite sure what I was going to do with him. When I first contacted Winona at Bob Baker about potentially shooting there, she did some digging and found a very similar piece at the Victoria and Albert Museum in London. It's a Burmese warrior marionette from the late 19th century. I got it for $8, and I figured I know enough puppeteers from my work over the years that somebody will be able to help me fix them up. I thought, well, maybe I'll document that. Maybe that's a short film. Maybe I can add a narrative element or just do pure documentary as a departure. Shortly after I got him, the Cleveland band Falling Stars reached out about doing a music video together, and they didn't have a concept or an idea. They wanted me to run wild. I thought, well, maybe I can combine these two ideas. But Falling Stars are a really guitar-heavy, driving rock and roll band, and this seemed like a much softer, mellower concept. I wasn't sure how it would work. So we cut together a pre-visualization. Of course, there's the scene in Toy Story 2 where Woody gets a makeover, and some of the creepy stuff in Toy Story 4 where he's having surgery. It's a weird movie. I thought of the original RoboCop, how it's his POV and he can't move, he's not alive yet, or he's not mobile yet. So he's just sitting still and people are coming to him. That had some element of what I wanted to do. I didn't want to bring the puppet to life, as in the puppet is sentient and can walk around, but I did want to give it a sense of its own internal life and having its own point of view and actually being able to see through its eyes. Cinematographer Dan Marks also recommended Diving Bell and the Butterfly, shot by Kaminsky. I say that as if I knew that. I'd never seen the movie and I had to look up Kaminsky for this video. Some of you people are like encyclopedias. I don't know how you do that. That had a lot of beautiful point of view shots and blurriness coming in and out of consciousness, somebody being taken care of, tended to, that fit really nicely with some of what I had wanted to do in this short video or this documentary. You can see here a lot of the shots and certainly a lot of the editing style very heavily influenced by the PREVIZ. It really was a great template for us. Dan Marks said this is the most Bill Watterson shot of all time, which I take as a compliment. For the puppet point of view, Dan had a piece of gear called the Lens Baby. I don't know what that is, but it worked great. It also was a brilliant, simple, practical gag that Dan did, seeing the puppet or the patient blinking as if the camera is actually him, which was just doing one of these. I don't know if that looked good on the phone, but it looked great in the video. I was lucky enough to meet Kelsey, the puppeteer and star of the video, who performed Crow on Mystery Science Theater with Jonah Ray. At a Destroy All Neighbors screening, I had done some puppeteering for that film. So we were talking puppets afterwards, and she just happened to be in town and available. Kelsey actually got to do more hands-on fixing of the puppet than originally intended. I had just thought we would untangle it and everything else would be cinema magic. But she was actually able to trim some hairs on camera, to paint the lips and paint the feet, a few other things that really helped sell it. When it came to locations, it was the perfect opportunity to go back to the Bob Baker Marionette Theater. It's a beautiful space. Not the first time I shot there, I actually directed an all marionette music video at the original Bob Baker space closer to downtown Los Angeles for the band Jaja Technique. But this was my first time filming in the new space and filming backstage. The folks at Bob Baker, Alex, and Winona, so kind to open their doors to us. They had this beautiful workshop. The production design kind of took care of itself. Boxes of funky heads and cool feet and all kinds of other magical stuff that we could paint the frame with. We got a little bit of time on stage as well, right at the end of the night, to shoot our climax where the puppet is fully restored and ready to perform. It was just a three-person crew, cinematographer Dan Marks, first AC Jay Dallin, and myself. Just lucky enough that there was a dumpster behind the alley at Bob Baker's. We were able to shoot there while waiting for the workshop to become available, so we could get the whole thing done in one location in about 8 hours. Maybe 9. Be sure to check out Falling Stars. They're like a super group of dudes I used to be in bands with back in the day. There's more from me at williamwatterson.com. You can find me on Vimeo. You can stick around here. I might make more of these. Then again, maybe I won't.